Hey y'all, what's up? It's Kristen and welcome back to my channel for another planner review and plan with me. For this video, I'm really excited because I am partnering up with Boss Personal Planner, which is a new planner brand, in order to show you guys this video. So just a heads up, this was gifted to me, but as always, all of my opinions are 110% my own. But Boss Personal Planners was so kind and they are allowing me to show you guys some really cool features about their physical planners, and they gave me some secret details about some upcoming releases that they're going to have to share with you guys. So I'm really excited about that. I really want to show you this planner because so many of you have always asked me, if you're new to planning, like what's the best way to find what planning style fits your personality best and which one's going to be most functional for you. And I really never knew what to say because for me, I'm a try it all, buy it all type of bitch. But I think this is going to be a really beneficial video for you who are new and you are really going to love this planner. So I'm going to jump into it. The planner that I got is the physical paper planner. And I say that because they do offer digital planners if you are into the iPad right now like I am. I know my girl Krista just got an iPad, and I believe, is it Lauren of Plan Mosh Plans that has an iPad planner? I forget, but I know that iPads are like super trendy right now and digital planning is really in. So if you're looking into that, Boss Personal Planners does do a digital planner for like a ton of different styles, budgeting, teaching, so many others. And then they offer it in like dark mode, so I'm like, trendy. We love millennial things. But the planner I got was the paper planner, and I'm gonna look up the actual name. It's the Ultimate Personal Planner. Had a bunch of different cover styles, but I chose the blue because of course I wanted to deck it out with some of my fancy schmancy vinyls. I have some sitting right here that I'm probably gonna put on, but I'm just gonna make like a ton and do like a big collage, I think, and I'm pretty excited about that. So this is a plastic coil. It's a pretty big planner, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's pretty fat. it's a thickie, but you'll see why when I start flipping through and it'll all make more sense. So when you open up this planner, you get a thank you note from the company, basically just saying thank you for purchasing. And then you kind of hit this spread here. This is probably one of my favorite pages in the entire planner for two reasons. One, I'm a really big make your own 3-month, 5-year type of plan for all of your goals. I advocate that to my best friends all the time. So that is what this first page is dedicated to, is just creating a plan for success. And it's broken down into categories and then 3 months, 5 years, and your life goals. So I think that's really cool how you can segregate your goals into separate sections to really focus in and make them specific so that way they can be attainable. So that's that page. And then you move over here, which is your reading list and a yearly habit tracker. So I didn't like that you could only have one habit, but something I thought about was to write in both habits that I normally track every month, which are no spend and no soda, or sometimes I do like social media, but whatever. Definitely no spend and no soda is like primarily on my mind right now. So I was thinking about writing them both in, and then in these squares, I could just slice them into triangles and then color the top half one color for no spend and then the other for no soda. So that's one way I thought about playing with this. Let me know what you think, but that's what I'm thinking. Also, I know the first question you're gonna ask is about whiteout. I did white out something because I wrote it really ugly, so I was like, yikes, we're gonna go back to that. But this is the Staples brand whiteout, which is brighter than the Tombow. I don't have the Tombow one with me on my desk, so I'm sorry, but this is the Staples brand one, if you were wondering. The paper isn't the thickest paper, but I kind of prefer that, and you'll see why when I flip into what the weeks look like the actual meat and potatoes of this planner. If it was just that super thick paper, it would be atrocious. So I'll do a pen test on here and I'll show you what that looks like in a second, but I want to flip through the overall pages of the planner. So one thing about Boss Personal Planners is that they are very like not like orientated. That's a really stupid word. They're like very specific with their pages, very intentional, I guess. So this is like a grid that allows you to set up if something is important and urgent, you put it in this box. If it's important but it's not necessarily urgent, you can put it in this box. So if you are a visual person, what I would do, since you only get one of these pages, is I would use post-it notes and write them on the post-it notes. That way, as you attain that goal or as you finish that task, you can just replace the sticky note with your new goal for whatever category that fits into. That also allows you to kind of like move them around. Like if something does become urgent and important, then you can kind of move it as you know, as you need. So I really liked that page. I thought it was very interesting. I wish that they didn't have this right here, because I feel like if I wanted instructions, then I would look up on the website. I don't want it in my planner, but that's just me. So moving on, you jump into the monthlies, and this planner is undated. However, they do offer both dated and undated planners or layouts. And one thing is that you can choose your start date. So I know a ton of people love a Monday start date. You can do that with Boss Personal Planner. You just have to select that in your customizations when you're ordering. So this is the undated. I like the spacing. It's pretty big. These are definitely wider than your typical Erin Condren. Sorry, I meant planner of ignorance. My bad. They are a little bit wider, and to me, they look shorter, but also I don't know. This planner is just a lot bigger, so it's kind of like hard to gauge that. But my favorite part about it is this bottom section here. Let me see if I can get you there. I think I have to fold this over in order to fit it between my tripod. There we go. So I like this section down at the bottom. So you have like a section to review the things that you did last month. So this is definitely my goals planner, if I haven't already said that. It's my goals / my teacher planner. So just keep that in mind. But that's why I really specifically like this planner, is because you can say like, okay, I did these things that were really great last month, but let's try to focus in on these. And it's right there for me to see. And then down over here, you have like your new goals for this month. So start clean. And I don't know if I'm going to use this why now, because I feel like, or why how, it makes me feel like I'm in trouble. Like I might just write my goal and be like, because YOLO, like, I don't know. But my reward is definitely going to be planner stickers out the ass. I hope that can fit in that line, but it's going to be planner stickers out the ass. But really excited. I like the notes bar here. And then let me open you back up so we can flip the rest. So since it is undated, you do get 12 of those months. So I'm just gonna flip through. They're all the same. And then you jump into the weekly section, and you start off with a priority planner, and that's more vertical. So if that's your jam, this specifically is not my jam. I would honestly just white this out and then use this as like an attendance tracker or a behavior log for my kiddos, since I did say this was gonna be my teacher planner, but that's what I would do. And then you go into your weekly breakdown. So this isn't what the planner is. Don't freak out, don't panic. But if you are in education, or even not, I feel like you can use this for your normal job. Like if you have one of those, I don't have a normal job, like teaching is wild. But you could definitely use this to highlight key events or big projects coming up. If you're a student, this would be really great. Like you could number the weeks. You can actually date these on this first line. And then just put up any like midterms that you have, any big projects, any big meetings, you know, executive boards coming to town, like whatever the fuck. You could easily do that, and then you get 6 months worth of weeks to do that. So I really liked that page. I thought it was cool. And then this is your weekly section. It is horizontal, but it's super neutral. And I think that's what really draws me to it, is that it reminds me of my student planner that I use to track all of my like teacher courses. So it's a super neutral horizontal. It's really easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then at the bottom you get last week's wins, how will I improve, and then a section for your goals, because this is a goal-oriented planner. But that is that. You get 52 pages of that because it is a week's planner. And then finally we get to the meat and potatoes of the reason why this planner is so bulky, and that's because it also includes a daily. So you get a monthly, a weekly, and a daily setup inside of one planner, and this planner is literally so inexpensive compared to all the other planners out there. That's the tea. But yes, so then you get the priority planner. Again, like I said, I would just white this out. I would turn it into something that would be way more beneficial for me, like a behavior log or a parent communication log or something like that. So then this is what your daily looks like. So you actually get 2 pages for your daily. The first one is the first page is going to look like this. Fold it and zoom you in just a bit. Bam. Okay, so you have space for a daily affirmation, which would be so nice if Pasha of Posh Plans was still doing her daily affirmations. Like, hi, there would be a perfect spot for it. Then a space for a habit that you want to focus on. Big goals, you have 1, 2, 3, and then ways to break it down right here. Then extra goals, 1, 2, 3, ways to break it down. which I kind of don't like that. Like, I wish they would have just left this blank and I could have changed the header name to something that I would have used, but I mean, it's fine. Like to-dos or something like that would have been nice. And then you get an hourly breakdown. I don't like that it doesn't have the half-hour spots because it starts at 4 a.m. and ends at midnight. Like, that's kind of like ridiculous. I feel like nobody actually plans to that hour, but again, you could always white this out and then buy the time stickers that I feel like Helen of the Coffee Monsters Co. sells it. I'm sure Planner Kate sells it, but there are a ton of stickers that you can use to cover that up. But that's what I would do with it because the hours just don't make sense for me personally, but as a teacher, using it as a teacher planner, I can for sure make it work. But it just won't be like super specific and on target. It'll just be very general. Like my math class starts at 9:30, not 9. So I would just have to switch that. But like, it's fine. It's really not that crucial. Great place for meetings if you have it, or if you're just going to jot down your general agenda. Then you have a space down here for your exercising. So if you have like any health goals to record your steps, maybe a meal plan, or if you have like an appointment for one of your gym classes, this is a great spot to have that. Then on the other side of the daily, you get one massive section for notes, which is really cool because I'm a really big brain dump person. I always have like sheets of paper just randomly around me that I just dump all of my thoughts down. So that would be a great space for that. And then you have a space to review and then things that you maybe want to roll over to tomorrow that you didn't get to do that day. So that is your daily layout. And again, you get 365 pages of that bad boy. So really like that. Like I said, it's super beneficial if you are new to the planning community because then you have so many options to find out what style works best for you, what's going to be the most functional in that regard, and kind of just go from there. So finally, when you get through all 365 pages, in the very back you do have a mess ton of dot grids out here. So the dot is words. The dot grid is super faint, but it is really beautiful because it is all the way around the page, but you do have a small border. So with that, that is the whole planner, and I really did want to set up my goals section in the front, so we are going to do that together. What's up, y'all? It's voiceover Kristen, and I'm going to fill out the Plan for Success goal page that was in the beginning of the planner. So like I said earlier, this page basically just focuses on what your plans are, your 3-month plan, your 5-year plan, and then like your life plan. So I really liked this page because it broke it down into categories, which honestly really made me sit here and think about what goals I had in each specific category and translate that into words and put it on paper. So I really did like that because it makes me just want to kind of like shoot for that goal just that much more. So I'm going to let you know what my goals are because the video is sped up, so I'll probably write through them pretty quickly, but I'm just going to go category by category from 3-month to 5-year to life. So first category is career. My 3-month goal is to be a certified teacher. I'm giving myself until October to kind of get that certification done, including my test, so hopefully I pass the first time, and then move into my master's program to eventually become a guidance counselor. For my bucket list, I would love to hit $500 in sales for the vinyl shop, and after the birthday sale, I was able to do that, so thank you guys so much. I already started buying stuff for the classroom with that money, and I will show you that in a different video soon. I'd also really love to be a homeowner within the next 5 years, and my overall bucket list is to go to Spain and live there and be a cheetah girl for childhood me. Please, I need that in my life. Financially though, my goals are just like pretty neutral. I feel like these are goals that everybody has, like to pay off my credit card. I don't have any debt on my credit card, but I do use it every month, and I just want to be consistent and not like fault on any of my payments. And then just create like a fat savings account in case I have kids and they want to go to college, or you know, whatever it may be. If my kids don't want to go to college, if they want to backpack around Europe, I want to be able to help them on that journey. So, or if they have a wedding, you know, that'd be fun too. Whatever it may entail. And I want to live a debt-free life. That's the ultimate goal, right? So I worked my ass off for a great credit score so that way I can afford these things. So I think I've set myself up pretty nicely. Socially, I would love to hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we are so close to doing, and I think I can definitely hit that by the end of October. I would love more equality in my life, whether that be in the books that I read, or in the lessons I teach, in the language I use, in the shops that I choose to buy from, and just all of those things. I want a quality and better representation in everything that I do, because I feel like that's really important, and I think the quarantine has really opened my eyes to that. So I would really like to see more equality in my life, and obviously just to be happy, to be healthy, and my personal goals were to read more, and find a better work-life balance, and just obviously to get healthy. So I gained quite a bit of weight during the quarantine, and I would really like to get on that. I didn't really show it, but on my reading list I added 3 books. 2 of them are books that I'm reading for my professional development, and then one is The Hate U Give, and I believe that's written by Angie Thomas. But I read it a couple of years ago, but I honestly don't really remember most of it, because at the time that I read it, I wasn't an active reader. I just read the words on the page and didn't let anything sink in out of my privilege and ignorance. So I wanted to reread it and really just absorb the story. So anyways, what I am doing now is I use these stickers from Letters to Apollo. I got them in an Oops bag, and they're just like the monthly stickers, and I wanted to put those down on the undated months. So I just put that down, as you can see, and I was going to set up August for you so that way you can kind of get an idea of how I would use this planner. I like that the months are undated. The entire planner is actually undated, which is super ideal for me because I have so many different planner options. I kind of hop in and out of different planners depending on my need for that specific week or sometimes that specific month. Or whatever it may be. So this one I wanted to lay down some book washi because August is obviously going to be primarily school related for me, as it is for most of you. So I used a book washi from Simply Gilded and then wrote out my focus, which was my professional development and my teaching program. I'm like really out of breath, which is why I'm talking kind of softly, but I'm like embarrassed to exhale the amount of exhale I need to in order to catch my breath. So here we go. Yikes. Okay. And then I set up September, and September my theme is going to be self-care. That's my overall focus. So I used the Twinkle Twinkle washi from the Coffee Monsters Co. to kind of mark that in. And I didn't fill out much of the actual dates in the planner. I didn't do anything for August because all of those dates are kind of unknown for me, or some things that I do know I don't want to put on YouTube yet because they are going to be some surprises throughout the month. So keeping that in mind, moving into September, the dates that I do know for sure in September for school related things kind of dwindle down to whether or not the government is going to allow them to happen or not. So my school did set a date for in-person learning, but we've already had to push it back 2 different times, which don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly thankful for, but I don't want to mark it in my planner if it's really just going to get pushed back again. So the one thing I do know is that we will be starting September 2nd with an online class, and all of our classes will be online until further notice. So I marked that in using some translucent date dots or transparent date dots those were from Jackson Pepper. So moving into the weekly section, I already showed you guys how I normally use horizontal style planners. I don't get super decorative with them at all. I kind of just keep it really just basic and just use it as a massive to-do list. That's the way that they're most functional for me. Sometimes if I really want to kind of get into it and make it more exciting, I'll use mild liner highlighters or something like that to kind of spruce it up. But honestly, most of the time it becomes more of a distraction than something that's functional for me. So I kind of just use pen and paper on horizontal layouts just to keep it simple. I'll do something like that where I use an arrow to mark off bigger chunks of time. But ultimately I end up just using it like a checklist. What I really like about this planner, which is the reason why I wanted it, was for the daily section, because previously I've been using my A6 rings as my daily inserts, but I ran out of my inserts and I am still waiting on my order from Lights Planner Action because I placed it so late to refill them. But I used the daily socialite inserts from Lights Planner Action before my A6 rings, but they were just really small, so I couldn't really write down anything that I wanted to write down or use the stickers that I wanted to. So it was a solely pen only, but because the rest of my planner was so charismatic and spunky, I just didn't feel like it matched up. So I really like the size of this daily layout because it gives me the whole year in one planner, but it also allows me to do my pen heavy style of writing, but then also kind of go back and spruce it up with some stickers later on. So I did want to show you that this one is going to be way more pen heavy than the other 2 days that I did plan. So this day is just kind of walking you through some things that I did, and I write it all in pen. I use arrows, and I was like, that's it. But I was like, actually, no, there's more. So I go back in and I add some stickers down. So I loved this sticky note from Chic Street Sticker Boutique. Gosh, their name is such a mouthful. And layered in some stickers and then kind of spruced it up with some different handwriting to kind of separate the day out. But yes, so I really like doing that. And on this day, Heffa from Jessica from Letters to Apollo, I call her Heffa, I'm sorry. Jessica from Letters to Apollo sent me cookies for my birthday, so I loved that. So I took a little lunch break and ate more cookies from my Tips Treats. When you flip over, the other side of the page for your daily is actually a note section. So I use this to kind of journal where my head was for the day. And I think this is going to be really beneficial considering that teaching online is going to be so freaking crazy. And I feel like I get really overwhelmed with the amount of people who don't understand what teachers actually do. And a lot of the times comments that I see on like Facebook or on just general social media platforms surrounding online learning, so many parents feel like teachers aren't doing enough or that they didn't do enough previously, so they don't think that teachers deserve a full paycheck or whatever it is. And it's frustrating because I spend probably like over 50 to 60 hours a week getting ready for school in the months that I'm not being paid. So just in the summertime, I'm constantly doing trainings and whatever else I have to do in order to be better prepared to teach these lessons online, in person, hybrid, whatever it is, and just make sure that my kids don't know that this is the craziest experience education has ever had to go through, and just know that no matter what the circumstance, the teachers are going to be there for them. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. So I kind of jotted some of that down on that day. But in this day, I got a little spunky and pulled in a lot more stickers. So I put down my goals, which was a no spend. And I was like, how am I going to do that? I'm going to ignore. So I tried to stay off social media that day, just to kind of get a grip on things. I had a goal to get my PR orders in. I always forget, and I'm always like one of the last girls on the team to get my orders in because I genuinely just forget. And then I wanted to film some videos, but that didn't end up happening. LOL. But it was a goal, right? So I had to write it down. I pulled in some stickers, like the box is a leftover from a Sticky Essentials kit, and then the heart is from Clever Girl Crafts. Then that peace sign one is from Mallory at Sugar Pop Biz. Really love her shop. But I thought that was honestly perfect because I got these new posters that I'm going to hang in my classroom, so I wanted to print them out. So I went to Staples to go pick them up, but I didn't like how the print quality was, so they're going to print it on a different paper, and then I'm going to pick it up another day when I'm going into my classroom, and hopefully they'll laminate them for me because I don't feel like going to Lakeshore to get them laminated because the girls there talk my head off, and I really can't stand it because I'm like not trying to have a conversation when I'm wearing a mask, and I don't want to watch your mask move up and down and then get foggy in different places because you're talking too much. Like, I really don't want to see that. So again, I jotted down a quick little thought, which was just like, I was trying not to get overwhelmed. It's a tough year for all teachers, not just me. And just because I didn't get the courses done that I wanted to doesn't mean that I wasn't trying. So, and then HOD means highlight of the day. And so I put spending time with my mans, and I'm feeling so blessed to basically have everything that we do together. So feeling a little cheesy, but and then this was today, and so I kind of just sat down and planned today. My big goals for today were basically pretty simple, just like don't fall asleep during our board meeting, and that was really difficult, but I made it through. Basically they were just going over the rules and the new procedures for being on campus because we're about to start setting up our rooms next week. So they just wanted to walk us through everything, and then we also got our room assignments. I got the exact room that I wanted, so I'm feeling very, very thankful for that. But also, I was told I was considered a veteran teacher because we have 3 new teachers joining the first grade team, and they were like, if you have any questions, ask your veterans, like Kristen. And I was like, oh, but it's only me and one other teacher that are going to be returning for our grade level, and that's nerve-wracking because our school does whole brain teaching, which is, if you don't know, look up whole brain teaching on YouTube. It's a completely different style of learning that you won't see in most public schools, but it's pretty intense, and so it takes a lot of training in order to incorporate whole brain training into your normal lessons, especially if you come from like a public school where they don't use it. It's a lot to reincorporate into your teaching style if you weren't taught it in the beginning. So yes, so I will be helping teachers with whole brain training, which is very exciting, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, later this day, I kind of just marked in what I did, which I woke up and I replied to comments on my latest plan with me, and then I made French toast at, yeah, that's the right time, at 11 a.m. because I woke up so late today. And then I worked on some class stuff, so I just used a little Fox and Pip doodle to mark off class for a couple of hours, which was quite a long time. I wasn't in class the entire time. I took a couple like TikTok breaks, but for the most part, I was trying to get as much done as possible. And then I picked up some donated things from Facebook people today, so my boyfriend took me to go pick those up, and then he also took me to Buc-ee's afterwards because it was Icing Wednesday and I wasn't going to forget. So, well, today's not Wednesday, it's Thursday, but you know what I mean. Like, it was Icing Wednesday last week, but he didn't, or yesterday, but he didn't take me, so I was like, interesting. But yeah, so I just marked down some other things, like I used like the fairy godmother from Cinderella. I used the doodle from Once More With Love to mark in that I was like cleaning my counter, so I was like making everything disappear, or making everything look better, like boopity boppity boo. Like my dishes are done, but really I just put them in the dishwasher. And then for my note of the day, I kind of just wrote like a tidbit about how my dog Jax let me cut his nails and he didn't fight me today, and it literally felt like he was the best person on the planet. I was like, wow, he's a literal angel among us. Like, how did I get so lucky? I don't deserve him. So that was nice. But my highlight of the day was actually that I made Chipotle bowls for dinner, and I was cleaning as I go, which I know I should do, but I don't do it every night because I'm lazy. But I cleaned as I went, and at the end of it, I had no dishes in the sink or on the counter, and it was just like, yes, yes, like it was a good moment. Before I leave you with this video, I did want to say thank you to Mark from Boss Personal Planners for thinking of me and allowing me to partner with such an incredible brand. So I am really appreciative of that. I want to let you guys know they are launching a student planner very, very soon, and it'll come out, actually, it should already be out by the time this video is up, and you can catch a student paper planner for 35% off, so definitely go and check that out. But I will leave a bunch of information in the description below for you guys, as well as some coupon codes to save a little bit of coin. But I think that is going to do it for me this time, y'all. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to leave a comment or message me over on Instagram, which is @planningkilo, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. Bye, y'all.